Is Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum in trouble? We're going to take a look at it. I'm going to show you the areas to watch. We're going to look at what happened yesterday and what I had said in the video. Definitely stick around for the whole video. Don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. It's totally free. Awesome community. Let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, it's not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. And don't forget, we do a Ledger Nano S hard wallet giveaway every Monday, which is today. Sorry, guys, I'm going on vacation. As you guys know, I will be doing updates still during vacation, so I will do the giveaway tomorrow. I apologize, I didn't get it set up. But anyways, we're going to be getting into the charts, and all you have to do to enter to win the Ledger Nano S is make sure you subscribe to the channel, scroll down, hit that thumbs up, leave your comment, and that will get you entered to win. I'll pick a random comment from a random video throughout the week. So let's take a look at the DXY. As you guys know, I am still bullish on the DXY for the next year or two. I've been watching this fractal. We've been watching it since back in January. We broke out just like we did back here. So I do believe the next year or so, the dollar will slowly go up. That does make me bearish on crypto and the regular stock markets. I know everybody's extremely bullish on the regular stock markets. I do believe we are in an everything bubble, but I'll explain. We'll go over, like I said, we're going to go over Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, and I'm going to tell you the areas to watch, which are still pretty much the same areas as yesterday. So, but anyways, as you can see, as fractal also is in the MACD, looks identical, also in the RSI. This is the 3-day chart. Check it out. And let's look at the rising broadening wedge in Bitcoin here. We've been watching this. I am not, I don't want to say expecting, but I still believe there's a great possibility that we come back down to this area to retest this bottom trend line. Of course, to come down to the 46.3 level would have to be pretty quick within the next couple days. That is a possibility, but the longer it takes, the higher that trend line goes. But if we did get down to this 46 area quickly and broke within the next week or so, we could be looking for a $20,000 Bitcoin. That would obviously take months to get down there. So it's not saying it drops down in one big drop. So I'm not saying that. There are possibilities. We're still bullish here. We're going to take a look at those also. If we were to come up and retest the top of this trend line, could be in around the 76,000, somewhere in that area, 70 to 80,000. But we would have heavy resistance right here, about the 62 to 65 range. And again, we're going to take a look at the Wyckoff method charts. But let's look at what's going on here. And as you guys know, yesterday I said to watch that 58.5 area, and that's exactly where we got rejected. And we'll take a look at some more charts too. Right now, the 4-hour, if it doesn't get a big push up here, the 4-hour EMAs are turning bearish, just like it started out in the 15, went to the 1 hour, and now the 4-hour. We do have our 8 EMA. Let me zoom in. 8 EMA crossing our 55, and if this continues down, then we'll have the 13 and the 21 cross. And once that happens, you guys know what happens after that. Check out my videos. I'll leave some tutorials up top on the EMAs and RSI, all that. You guys can check them out. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out PHEMEX BT, my favorite exchange. You can trade crypto, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, natural gas, everything on one exchange. If you use my promo code Savy50, that'll get you 50% on top of your deposit. So if you put in 1 Bitcoin, you'll get half a Bitcoin to use towards your margin. Savy25 will get you 25% off your fees. I'll leave a tutorial on how to use PHEMEX BT up top, how to use their margin. Also go into co-vesting and turbo if you guys are interested. But anyways, so let's look at what's going on here. I have a bunch of affiliate links down below. Check them out. They all give you some kind of bonus or tons of different things. You get discounts, bonuses, whatever. Check them out. There's a lot of good ones down there. If you're interested in like an IRA, there's ITrustCapital where you can actually start a retirement fund and trade for free. But anyways, let's looking at the 1 hour. Looking at this as a possible wedge up here, rising wedge, and this would be getting us back up into that like I said, mid 60s to $70,000 range to retest the top of this. That would look like a fifth wave ending diagonal and then continue down from there. But let's look at the more near term and see what's going on. So as you guys know, yesterday I said to watch that 58.5 area, and the reason that 58.5 area is so important is because of the wick off method. I do believe it's a good possibility we are in distribution here. Distribution is usually a sign of a top. So let's take a look at how I got these targets. This is my next target I'm looking for, is the 55.4, and that's looking at this rising channel here. That's just a measured move of the channel to where we broke down from there. We actually broke over here the first time. That'd get us down to around the 54.5. That is most likely my target, but let's just go from here, 55.4. But if we break this bottom trend line here, that's going to be around the 53.5 area, somewhere in that area, maybe 54, depending on how quickly we get down here. This is the hourly chart. We could be coming down to this 50,500 level, and that is a measured move. Let me move this out of the way. And that's just a measured move. If you look at these yellow lines here, the rising broadening wedge, we can take it to where we broke down right here, and that gets us down to this 50,500 area. Now, as you guys know, like I said, our EMAs all crossed right here. We did open and close a candle after the cross, so that does make me bearish unless we can get above that 55 EMA, which is around 58,000. But again, we're going to want to keep an eye on that 58.5. As long as that holds as resistance, then we're going to get down to these levels, in my opinion, at least the 54 to 55,000, and then if that doesn't hold, we could be looking at the $50,500 range. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. We have the same thing here. We were looking at this rising channel in white. Measured move of that is the 54.5. That's why I'm kind of more leaning towards that. Our RSI is, even if we pop up more here, we could get all the way up and test that 58.5 area. As you can see, that's the target from yesterday's video, 58.487. We hit it perfectly on the dot. You can go look at yesterday's video. I did put a short in here, and I think a lot of people in our Discord did also. But this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would be a wave 1. And then we'll probably come up, test that 58,000 and continue down. But the RSI looks to be resetting, as you guys can see. So it does look like we could be definitely coming down to these lower levels. And then again, we look at this rising broadening wedge. The measured move of that's around 51.57, and that was going off of these wicks from the breakdown here. Again, I would look for more of the 50,500, but that's where I'm at with that. And all right, so let's take a look at the bullish and the bearish case scenario here on this rising channel. If we were to come up to test the top of that rising channel, like I said, 70 to 75,000, somewhere in that range, it would have to get up there pretty quickly. Longer it takes, higher it would go if we're bullish. Bearish case, as you can tell, this bottom trend line lines up with our targets around that 54.5 range. If this breaks, guys, I think there's a good possibility we come all the way down to the 34,000 over the next couple months. And that also lines up with the 200 EMA. Right now we are on the daily, we're dropped below the 8 EMA. We're getting support on the 13, which is about 57.2. If that breaks, our next support of the EMA is a 21 EMA around 56.5, and if that breaks, then we got this trend line down here around 54.5. Again, if that breaks, the measured move is around 34.1. That is also a high volume node. This high volume node in the VPVR, and it lines up perfectly. So the measured move, the VPVR, and everything lines up, even the 200 EMA. So keep an eye on that. If we do lose that area, there is one more point of support, and that's at 46 to 47,000 if we look at it as a broadening wedge. But anyways, that's what I'm looking for if we do break this area. It's a good possibility over the next few months. Now, this is the wick-off method we've been watching. Right here, this was the buying climax, and then we had our up thrust, and we tried to get above that buying climax again, and that's why that 58.5 is so important. If we can get above that and get support, then we could be going to test the all-time high. And it doesn't, even if we get up here, it still doesn't invalidate the distribution phase, and I'll show you why in the next chart. But if we can't get above that, then that could be it, and we could go much further down. And this is still another distribution phase that shows us we could get up to that 63 to 65,000 range. One more up thrust after distribution, that would be, and then coming down. So it's still iffy here. Just keep an eye on that. For a rise above 58.5 to go higher, and then if we lose that 54.5 area, then we're probably not in this phase. Then we're probably in this phase over here. So let's take a look at the parabolic chart. I have the parabola trend lines in here along with our Fibonacci's. As you guys can tell, we've got major rejection right here at the 0.236, and every time we've drawn these parabola lines, we break through, that's a sign of a bear market. Right here we broke through, bear market, and I've drew these in, and we'll zoom in and take a look. And I also, so if we were to ride this, we did, let me zoom in real close so you guys can see here. I drew the parabola line off of all these wicks coming up, and we did break it. We even, if we look closely, this makes me pretty bearish. If we look closely, we broke it, and we did get rejected on it trying to get back above. Now that's not to say we can't go up for the next few days, come up and retest this again, making the distribution where the up thrust breaks, and we get to that 63.7 to 60 to 65 range, get rejected on the bottom of this and go down. Now otherwise, we break this 8 EMA around the 56.2, like I said, then we got 54.1 at the 13 EMA, and then 21 EMA at around 50,900, 55 EMA on dailies all the way down to the 38.3 range. And then if we came back down to retest this next fib, would be right around that $34,000 range. So there's a lot of stuff pointing to that possibility, guys. I know everybody's super bullish. Just be careful. Always use stops. Never put in more than you're willing to lose. And let's take a look at Litecoin. So Litecoin, like I said yesterday, watch that 214, 215 area. If we can get back above here and get support, which we did not, then we could be looking at these higher highs up here. This also looks like a rising broadening wedge. Now, if we can't get back up above this triangle here, and that's going to be, like I said, around, look for 214. If we can get support up there, then we could be heading up to retest this area up here. If we break down below here, which it does look like it's going to do, our measured move of that is about $77. Not saying it happens in a day. It's not going to go down that quick. If Bitcoin goes down, this will all follow down with it. Again, keep an eye on that DXY today. It looks pretty bullish. But anyways, that's it with Litecoin. A drop below the 173 range, that could be pretty bad. Pretty bad news. Ethereum, as you guys know, we got rejected up here. We could still get one more push up to retest this, get a fake up to 2200 before coming down. The measure move of breaking this rising channel gets us down to 1239. And if we look at this as a bigger rising wedge, the measured move, the breakdown from there. And again, guys, that would be, if it was a bear market, we could be seeing a $260 within the next year or so. But anyways, if we do break this 2200, the bullish case gets us up to at 26.8. And if we can break above that, get support, then $30,000 or $3,000 range would be the top of this rising broadening wedge. Super bullish case, if that was to break up and out of there, $4,400 Ethereum. But guys, until we can break that 2200, I'm not even going to consider looking at that. We got to see what happens in here. This rising channel, if it breaks down or up, that is going to be our next move. Again, if it breaks down, I'm looking for the 12,000 or 1240 range, in which the RSI is pointing downwards to me. It does look like we're going to at least come down to the 1750. If we get a bounce there, we could come up, test the top again. But if we break through the bottom of this rising channel, we're coming back down to this range. Now let's take a look at gold. So gold, we've been watching here. You guys know we've been watching this since November. Haven't changed this chart at all. I'd said our first target was 1736 once we hit it. And if we broke it, 1650, that's still what I'm looking for. Obviously, this became resistance now. If that 1650 breaks, it's going to get pretty ugly. Silver, same thing. We have the target of between 20. I don't know why this is on there. Between 20 and 21,000, or $20 and $21 is my target for silver. And as you can see, this rising channel here, we broke down from it, gets us down to that $20 range, $20 to $21 range. We could also look at this as a rising, ascending triangle that broke to the downside, and that would get us around the $12 range. Not necessarily thinking the 12. We'd have to see what happens, but I do believe we will see the $20 to $21 range. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Check out my wife's webpage, inkimage.com. She's got a lot of cool gift ideas on here. You can use it, put family pictures, whatever cryptos you want, anything. There is a crypto section. She makes a lot of clothing, aluminum signs, glass, pictures, all kinds of stuff. Check it out for yourself. Links down below along with my other affiliate links. Definitely check them out. Thanks again for watching, guys. Don't forget to click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post videos. Take a second out, smash that thumbs up, and leave your comments. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm out.